What is UGC?
First, the term UGC stands for User-Generated Content. UGC is a buzzword that came out of Web 2.0. Buzzwords or neologisms are usually coined by industry insiders. Buzzwords signal that there is something new. Critics say buzzwords are usually not well thought out. They spread organically. One person starts using it and then the next. Their development or death depends on popular use. Even if they are better terms, chances are the term UGC will continue to be used. Therefore, the term UGC is a perfect example of user-generated content. What is UGC.wordpress.com? In 2 months, more than 20 people from different fields have contributed with their views on UGC. Second, the characteristics. Assumptions like the division between producer and consumer, or what constitutes an amateur and a professional, are changing dramatically. Therefore, the entire context around UGC is in flux. Many professional writers, photographers, filmmakers and ad agencies are developing content in the same way that amateurs do.
What did it say?
My dad's gay.
I knew it. Those blood tests don't lie. Who's that?
UGC can generate money. In fact, there is a new breed of professional bloggers. The amount of internet content competing for attention makes it difficult to raise to the top. Yet, all public content published on the web has the potential to be accessed by many. Creative effort means the transformation of meaning through manipulation of the signs and signifiers to communicate something. By analyzing how the commonly used characteristics to define UGC are changing, we have identified 3 core factors. Traditional media content is delivered one way to their audience. The internet enabled the audience to deliver feedback to producers, but not on the same terms. Centralized content production enabled the consolidation of media, where there is always a clear delineation of who is the producer and who is the consumer. In Web 2.0, consumers are producers and also distributors. Technology has made it possible for content production to become decentralized. UGC is about the decentralization or distribution of media production. This term captures more accurately the impact of UGC, regardless of monetization trends, to whether it is produced by professional or amateurs, or how it's distributed. Third, key drivers of UGC. Low cost, or free, platforms enable the moderation of UGC. Moderators can influence, and sometimes directly determine, the nature of the user-generated content that takes place in their platform. Even though some argue that decentralized content production is fragmenting the world, we need to rely on visual signs and symbols that are generally recognizable and understood by others, in order to produce content that communicates effectively. Human social behavior is ultimately what drives the usage of the technology. While technology may influence some social patterns, not all passive consumers will become active producers just because there are new tools at their disposal. For example, most of Wikipedia's content is produced by a small percentage of their users. UGC in perspective. Top UGC sites have only reached mass scale in the last 2-3 years. Technomyopia refers to the phenomenon of overestimating a new technology, followed by a severe underestimation of its impact. Why is UGC so controversial? In a decentralized or distributed model of production, it is likely that money will be redistributed as well. An example of this is the Viacom versus YouTube case. What is the future of UGC? The model of UGC will impact the non-digital world. Trendwatching.com claims that in 2008 we will see an intensification of MIY, which is UGC applied to physical goods. UGC accelerators, more disruptive technology that enable more people to produce more quality content faster, cheaper and easier. UGC repressors, copyright control measures are already being tested in an attempt to control UGC. But what is most important about UGC is to remember.
It is the framework that changes with each new technology and not just the picture within the frame. Marshall McLuhan, 1955.